What's happening, Carolina fans? Welcome to Two Fans in the Stands, a podcast related to all things Carolina Panthers and North Carolina Tar Heels. I'm your co-host, Tony.
And I'm your co-host, CJ.
Let's go.
What's good, Panther Nation? This is CJ with Two Fans in the Stands. My co-host Tony is a little under the weather, so I'll be giving a quick recap of the Panthers versus the Falcons matchup from Thursday night. Panther Nation, we got the W. And I have to admit, I wasn't even a little bit, I was a lot of bit skeptical about this game. I really did not think this game was going to play out the way it did, but I'm glad that the Panthers went out there and proved me wrong. I loved our effort from the offensive line this week. Loved it. PJ Walker was only sacked one time. We ran for 232 yards, with D'Onta Foreman leading the way with 130 of those yards and a touchdown. PJ Walker was solid, okay? But going forward, PJ Walker still has to shore up a few things. There was a couple passes that he threw that, thank God, the defenders' hands were made of bricks and they dropped them, because he literally threw them right to him 2 times. So thankful for that. Thankful that they didn't get those passes, and I'm thankful that we were able to continue on, score and capitalize and win the game. Defensively, defense played a great game. Great game. I don't know what was up with Marcus Mariota, but he decided to come into this game and want to do his best, acrobat impression, and see how many times that he can just sling a ball going out of bounds and see if it'll, get to one of his players. And I said about the Falcons players having bricks for hands. Carolina dropped a few interceptions too, especially Xavier Woods. He's done that a lot this year. But J.C. Horn did come up with one, and the defensive line kept pressure on him all night long. My only gripe about the defense is they missed a lot of tackles on Mariota. They missed a lot of tackles on third down where he extended the play and ended up making the first down. And they had him dead to rights. They had a hold of him, had him in their grasp, and he got out of the tackle. But, as we like to call him, big dump truck Derek Brown, he did his thing. Player of the game, hands down. I seen him grab the offensive guard. He waited, saw where the running back was going. He threw the offensive lineman back on the sideline and then went and made the play on the running back. So Dump Truck Brown was doing his thing. And the defense as a whole, they look good. Atlanta had 138 yards rushing. 43 of those were for Marcus Mariota. Caleb Huntley had 32. Avery Williams, 25. Algier, 20. And the person that I was worried about the most, Cordero Patterson, because we didn't face him in the first game, he had 5 rushes for 18 yards. So I am very happy with our defensive effort. Offensively, it wasn't a whole lot to write home about as far as the passing game goes. PJ Walker, he managed the game. He did what he was supposed to do. And given the weather conditions, you really didn't want him going out there slinging the ball. Or it was good that he didn't have to go out there and start slinging the ball all over the place because maybe we were behind. Eddie Pinheiro, he made me have flashbacks of 2 weeks ago with that first field goal attempt of his, because it hit the upright, but he doinked it, but it went in. And he was pretty solid from then on out. And I think he did miss an extra point, but still a decent game for him. Our receivers weren't called on too much. Terrence Marshall Jr. had a big play, 1 catch for a 43-yard gain. DJ Moore had 4 catches for 29 yards. Shi Smith, 1 for 17. Laviska Shenault had 3 for 17. He did score on that 41-yard play, but it was a backwards pass, so they counted it as a rushing attempt. But, solid night from the receivers. PJ Walker was only 10 for 16 for 108 yards. But like I mentioned before, he managed the game. He did what he was supposed to do. And at the end of the game, we got the W, and that's all that matters. That's it for this week's recap. Join us later on in the week as we preview our next game versus the Baltimore Ravens. Also, check us out for our player spotlight and our midweek update. And as always, Panther fans, keep pounding.